This Pride Month, Sword and Key is raising money for Lambda Legal Defense and Education Fund. Lambda Legal Defense and Education Fund works to defend and achieve full recognition of the civil rights of queer people and everyone living with HIV in the United States. Their efforts focus on impact, litigation, education, and public policy work. For over 50 years, they have fought and won landmark legal cases, and even now have 6 active cases against the current administration. Sword and Key is raising money alongside their official Tiltify fundraiser, which means every dollar donated will be matched up to $150,000. There are also other ways to help: sharing the events, boosting posts, or even looking into volunteering your time with the organization. Every little bit helps.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the Devil's Dandy Dogs, a one-shot charity game that is raising money for Lambda Legal. I'm Mare, I use they, she pronouns, and I will be your diviner today. Diviner is the term used for game master in this system. Before I go into charity incentives and all that other fun stuff, we're going to introduce our characters. They're going to say, hey, who they are, their dog, and their doggo's pronouns, but we'll get the descriptions when we start the game. So on the screen, let's start with Ian.
Hi, my name is Ian DePriest. I am a voice actor, TTRPG actual player. Pronouns are he, they. The dog that I'm playing today is the Dreamed. Their pronouns are any, all. And they are Chow Chow.
And their name is Nimbus, right?
Yes, and their name's Nimbus. I knew I was forgetting something. I was like, one more thing. What is it? The name. Nimbus, yes.
A big fluffy cloud.
A big fluffy cloud indeed.
All right, Abby.
Hi, I'm Abby. I am usually not in the TTRPG space very often, so I feel like a little guest. Thank you for inviting me on Sword and Key today. I am going to be playing Winifred, or Winnie to her friends, a big Saint Bernard.
The funny thing is we have another character on another game called Winnie, but spelled differently. Oh, I have a feeling you're both going to be super adorable. And last but not least, we have Maso.
Hi there, I'm Maso. I am a game designer, player, GM. Kind of newer in terms of streaming and things like that, but I've been in a few games. And today I will be playing Scrimpet. He is a two-headed little... I actually forget the name of my dog breed. Looks kind of like a fox. It's some kind of like Norwegian dog.
I don't know how to pronounce.
That's it.
I feel like I'm pronouncing it wrong, but yeah, a Lundhound.
Yeah, and yeah, he has 2 heads and a very long tail.
And he just imagine his name is always in caps.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get started with our soul quest, soul heist. What have I been calling it? Soul fetch. Because fetch, dogs, that's right. We are raising money for Lambda Legal. If you saw our little intro, casted an amazing little TLDR on Lambda Legal and who they are and what they do. We are raising money for them. And we do have donation incentives if you want to help or hinder our doggos. So for today, if you put !donate in chat, you have the ability to do a bunch of things. Okay, thank you. So for $5, you can give any of our players a +1 die to add to a future roll for the likelihood of more successes. For $10, you can give a player the opportunity to change one of their dies into a 6, which is a spectacular success. For $15, you can give me a die to use on my players to turn one of their dice rolls into a 1, which is a spectacular failure. For $20, I will tempt one of our hounds with their drive. Each playbook has like a specific, the closest word is obsession. So you're gonna just tease a dog with treats and the thing that they love most. For $25, I will introduce a new character into the scene. I will say though, if I do get a bunch of these at once, I will space them out a bit because that's a lot of NPCs and we know that naming NPCs is hard. And for $100, you have 2 options. These are both only redeemable once throughout the game. For the first one, Fate appears. She is a very, very pretty lady. She pulls the strings of fate and something will happen. Or the devil appears on the soul fetch and also does something. I think they're both great, and I hope we get one of these redemptions, or it happens naturally in game, because if you roll 3 successes within a scene, or 3 ones within a scene, actually no, not rolled, used within a scene between like all of the dogs, that actually happens naturally. So we'll see. Before I get started, are there any questions before we go? All right, let's start with our soul fetch. So, this game starts with you actually ending your soul fetch and you getting back to the devil to tell your story. This system assumes you've already done everything, and the devil wants to know how it went, because they love nothing more than exciting tales. So right now you find the devil like in the back garden, actually. It is a wonderfully beautiful, lush garden that isn't really like trimmed and everything. It's growing wild. There are hedges, there are bushes, everything is in full bloom. And the devil himself is sitting near a small pond, leaning back in a wooden chair. I think they're called the Adirondack chairs, where you just like leaning all the way back. And they have this really big wicker sun hat and ridiculously big glasses and overalls with just like a bunch of dirt on it, and like their barefoot is in like the grass. As you return and you find your best, not human, but your best non-dog friend, tell me, where do you go? Where do you settle in? What are you doing? What do you look like?
I can start if we want.
Sure.
So, Scrimpet is just absolutely covered in dirt. Immediately just like, ruffled fur all over his tail, which it kind of flares out at the end, almost like a lion's tail, is just like extra scraggly looking. And as they're all kind of coming in, he just immediately trots right over to the devil and then like sits down, near their feet, and starts just chewing on his back leg, waiting for the others to catch up.
As you settle in, you get a big ol' scritch behind both heads, the ears of both heads, because you got to give both of them attention.
That's smarts, boss. Oh, that's the good stuff.
I think I would be probably last. I get distracted easily. I'm always contemplating something around, whether it is a squirrel or just random objects or omens in the sky, or the wind might be speaking to me in some sort of way. But I think I kind of like float on in near the back, kind of trailing, as like I'm following a little leaf as it's being carried all the way to the pond. And as it drifts into the pond, you see a kind of medium-sized, white, really fluffy chow chow. And you realize that my fur itself starts to evaporate off of me continuously. And while always fluffy, I'm still wispy. And as I track the leaf to the pond and see a little bit of my reflection back at me, I just go, "Oh, haven't seen you in a while. Hi."
And as you're looking at the other dog in the pond, like a orange and white koi fish kind of like swims under it and then just like kind of pops up and just does some little bubbles on the surface of the water and just like, "Hi."
Hi. What's your name?
Flounder.
Flounder. I'm Nimbus. And I kind of like boop it with my nose.
it boops your nose, and then it does like a little quick flip around and gets a little bit of water on you as it like swims off.
As it swims off and the water kind of reflects back and pools and clears again, and I see my reflection again, I just go, I haven't seen you in a while either. And then I kind of just stare at myself in the water.
And what about Winnie?
So I make just like a couple big bounds, this big Saint Bernard just like leaping over the cobblestones to get to the devil. And I go and I sit and I put my big head like right on their knee and just kind of start drooling a little bit. There's definitely like slobber and stuff. And as I sit my knee on their my chin on their knee, you can see my heart glowing through my chest. And it looks and feels like the dying embers of a fire.
The devil stops scritching Scrimpet and then changes like their attention to you and just change both of their hands and just like does the big old scritch and like kisses your snoot. Hello. Did you all have a good soul fetch?
I mean, it was pretty good, but it's even better to be back. I always forget how nice it is back here.
I'm ready to hear the story. You ready to tell it to me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, there were many things along the way. Did we fetch a soul? I wasn't. Oh yes, we did fetch a soul.
Yeah, I got it. I got it when you came in. It was kind of hard to get the soul out of Scrimpet's mouth. I had to say drop it a couple times, but
Right.
Hey,
And
I listen. This guy doesn't. Motions to his second head.
all right.
Sooner we get into the story, sooner we can get back out there.
Yeah, and for our audience, the system is played as if the dogs are telling us the story of their soul fetch. So we're gonna rewind a little bit of time and go back to the beginning, right after the devil told you what you had to do. So when the devil told you about the contract that they had with the owner of the soul, they said that you can find this human that made the bargain with them not in the human world, actually, which is kind of odd. It's very different. Most of the time, there are humans that just need something, whether they're missing memories, they want vengeance. It really depends. But most of this stuff are human troubles, human problems, very mundane things that you can do. It just might take a little bit of work. But they said that this time it is a human residing in another realm. And obviously there are multiple realms. You live in a realm like that is separate from the mortals. You're not sure how many there are, but there are a lot. And there are creatures that are just as mystical and dangerous and weird as you. But he says this time, the human that you're looking for can be found at a party being held by a Fae Lord. It is a masquerade party, and they said that you can find this human wearing a mask with a long raven beak and a cape full of feathers. So let's get started. Let's hear about how you make your way to this party and how you find this individual. As hellhounds, you have a lot of supernatural abilities at your disposal. You can obviously speak, read, and write. You are not illiterate, but you can also do something called riding the lines, which allows you to travel through space and time.
were we given any kind of specific description of this Fey Lord, or this place, or this realm? Or was it more of a general, you'll find it?
They didn't give you a description of the Fey Lord because they didn't make a deal with the Fey Lord. That's not their problem.
Got it.
But they did say they actually handed you a invitation that of the general location. It doesn't give an actual location because Fae don't give a crap about addresses and zip codes. But it is this beautiful, like, navy blue forest green with gilded gold letters of just like a party for a Fae that has the moniker the Lord of Cracked Fate.
The Lord of Cracked Fate?
Yes. That popped into my head like one evening before I went to sleep, and I was like, shit, I gotta write this down or I will not remember it when I wake up.
I would like to read the invitation. Is there a dress code?
No.
Stipulated. Okay.
It does not have a dress code.
Just checking, you know. I want to be prepared when we go in.
No, that's fair. If you want to have a little bow tie or like a little scarf, you can.
We are dandy dogs after all.
Correct. Excuse me.
Okay. So I guess we can add like details to the location as we give our description, right? Yeah.
Yes. You can add or remove, you can add as much as you would like, and if something's a little different, I will pop in. But this is a collaborative storytelling game. So yeah, go wild.
All right. Well. Oh, sorry. Did you want to?
No, I was going to kind of want to use one of my traits right now.
Ooh.
Out the gate, because I have a little trait, a little trick called Call the Crossroads, and it says you bring a replica of a specific place of magic that you are aware of, such as a crossroads, church, or burial ground, to your pack for a few minutes. While you can't alter the original place, you can use the replica as you see fit. To interact with an ally you met there previously, search for clues or ideas, try to plan or even engage in practice combat with a foe who resides there. I think as we begin the story, I just go, well, when we saw that invitation, it made me think of that one time I was by a tree and the tree was talking to me and the tree was saying like, oh, my roots technically are like kind of like a little archway to a little different place, and then the leaf fell from the tree and I was talking to that leaf, but then I got carried away by the leaf. But I remember that the tree was the place where the archway was, so I just replicated it so we could just remember what it was, and I bring it to life. Kind of like the image of pulling the crossroads here as like a little space for the three of us to understand where we should be headed to and what I think a Fey archway would be like. And I said, I remember it looked like a really, really old, big red oak, and its roots were giant monuments from that one place. Was it Rome? I think it was Rome, or was that Greece? All the columns look the same. But so yeah, and you see just giant roots, giant red oak tree, and it looks like you could like kind of go underneath that tree itself as kind of like a Fey archway.
Like to go to that place?
Yeah, but this is like a replica.
Yeah.
So I say, and then we went, but I think we walked for a long time because trees are far away, and I know there was one, I think it was, where's the redwood? Is it in Oregon? But I don't know where Oregon is. So I
all right, that's enough of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like as Scrimpet was saying that, like the devil like pats your head to like distract you, Nimbus, like from your rambling.
Oh, you're so warm. I forgot how warm you are.
All right, let's get into the meaty part, yeah?
Yes.
We're showing up right as this soiree is kicking off, and you know how the Fae are. everyone's got to wear a ball gown. Don't matter what gender you are. If you're going to a fairy ball, you're wearing a ball gown. So that meant lots of space, lots of shadows to play in. It does have to be between people's feet. Not the best spell, but you can still get a lot around. So, yeah, we ended up going in there, and we were making some liberal use of that shadow walking at first to get a lay of the land. And by that I mean the universal trait that all of us have called shadow walk, where you can't be seen by most creatures, but magical and supernatural creatures might be able to. I'm picturing it like Scrimpet, at least, is thinking, because he's small. He's the smallest of the three dogs by far. He's literally like fox-sized. So he's thinking, I'm just going to dart around underneath people's skirts and no one will see me. And I can check things out from there. But I don't know if he really, like, even in remembering the tale, is anticipating how his two much larger companions can't do that as easily.
Starting this tale, as you said, Maso, this is a very grand soiree. It is taking place in the middle of the woods, but it also seems like someone dropped a ball, like a ballroom in the middle of the woods. So you have this beautiful, like, inlaid tile made of like gemstones of like rubies and sapphires, all of those gemstone colors. There are fairy lights, quite literally small tiny fairies, like flying around providing illumination, gossiping themselves, even wearing all gowns, because as you have said, everybody's wearing a gorgeous gown regardless of gender. They're talking, they're drinking their own drinks. There are trees and flowers and bushes, and it's just beautiful. You hear the constant swishing of fabric, but instead of like that fabric on fabric sound, it is often the sound of something more natural, like wind or leaves rustling or the song of flowers at midnight. And
oh no, there's too many leaves. Nimbus, focus. I know this is gonna be hard.
I
know there's
it was
a lot of
gown.
There's a lot of leaves. There's a lot of beautiful gowns made of leaves made of gowns. But you can't. We're gonna have to focus.
Oh, I, sorry. So leaves can be gowns, and gowns can be leaves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about that one part? And I point, like, nudge toward the mask that they're all wearing, because I'm assuming that it's a masquerade.
It is.
And
everyone's wearing a different type of mask. There is no one is wearing the same one.
And I go, is that part of the gown? Or is that a gown for the face? Is that a face gown?
That's a mask.
Oh. Are they also leaves?
No. Well, some of them are, actually, I think.
Oh.
That one is.
Winnie,
Can I get one?
Winnie, what are you doing as you get here? Scrimpet's being a little rascal. Nimbus is distracted.
Even though I inherently know that I can hide in the shadows and move, I don't trust myself the way that Scrimpet does, to the dipping and the dodging. So I'm keeping myself to the side and trying to hide between like behind some of the trees or like the buffet tables and things, knowing that I might be easier to spot.
So when you're in the mortal realm, most of the time mortals don't see you unless you're like specifically interacting with the person who made the contract with the devil. This time around, Scrimpet, I am going to ask you to make a roll too. If you're trying not to be spotted, I'm going to ask you to roll, which will be a devil roll, because you are doing this magically.
Yes.
But, Nimbus, are you trying to hide yourself at all? Or are you just...
I think I'm not consciously trying to hide myself, but subconsciously, I'm actually going to make myself a gown and a face gown. I want to use magic to just blend in with the rest of whoever's here. And if there's a dog with a gown, I'm assuming they're fine with it.
Yeah.
So
I am not going to have you roll for this just because because one, it's cool, but two, the Fey magic just wants you to look gorgeous.
Hey.
Uh,
Oh, I don't. Oh, It's gonna be. Can I just make it up right
yeah,
now?
yeah.
I think it'll be gold. It'll be like the effect of how sunlight sometimes pierces through clouds. That's what I want. It's gonna be kind of like that golden sunlight of a gown around me, and then like I made my own face gown of a masquerade on my little face, and it's gonna be like kind of like uh a little halo like in front, so a little like sun rays shining out, and my gown itself is raised. And then I just start following the first person I see. I'm looking for maybe a bird, since we were told about the raven mask.
Yep.
But I'm any bird, the first bird I see, I'm following.
All right, let's go back to Winifred. As I was saying, Winnie, Scrimpet's actively hiding. Nimbus is pseudo blending in. Obviously not a fae, but they're here for the vibe of it. Normally humans just don't see you, but you're out of the way, but you can tell that they know you're there. They can actually see you. These are other supernatural creatures, and they are not susceptible to your magic as easily. There is like a short, like a small, like child size, like fae. Not, you could tell that they're not like a kid, but they're definitely like a servant. They're wearing like the same, they're the only people wearing like the same outfit as other people, like a very, very light blue vest and pants or a skirt. Holds out a little platter of food to you. It's looks like a little, like, it's kind of like, it looks like a stuffed mushroom, but the mushrooms are these like starry night, and they're stuffed with some kind of like fruit looking thing.
Oh, I will gladly accept one of your treats. I wanted to ask, do you enjoy serving at the parties?
It's
This
nice.
Okay. Do you get to eat some of the food too?
Yes, but technically not while working, but yes.
Okay,
We
okay,
do it
good. Just
anyway.
want to make sure okay, all right. Well, thank you. I'll have a little mushroom. I want to also just kind of keep an eye out for anyone that feels it seems that like they might be uncomfortable, if they feel like they're out of place, if they're kind of like, trying to see if anyone else is noticing them. I want to kind of keep an eye out for just someone who's uncomfortable.
All right, we'll come back to you. Scrimpet, what did you roll for your devil roll?
I rolled a 1 and a 5.
Okay, so you have the option to use which one. Do you want to do your 5, which is a regular success, or do you want a 1 as a spectacular failure?
I didn't realize that you could choose bad if you wanted.
You can, yes.
Anything to make the story more interesting, I get it.
Yeah, because you have a pool, and sometimes when you're doing an action, you might need another roll, so you pull these other dice from your roll. And also, if we're still in the stories and you don't want to we only use one of them if you have leftovers. If we're still in the same scene, you can also use that other die to do a help action to someone else.
Mm-hmm. Well, nobody else is rolling right now, right?
Correct.
It's just me.
Yes.
I don't know, guys. What do you think? Spectacular failure right out of the gate, or is it better to just kind of succeed for now?
I love chaos, so let's fail. Let's fail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then, yeah, so I guess I'll take that 1. Scrimpet is literally darting between people's legs, and if there's one thing I know about pets, they are not good at doing that. So
No, they aren't.
So yeah, I guess it's up to me to narrate that failure, or
exactly.
Okay. So, you said you like chaos. How chaotic do we want to go? Because I could take this really far, really fast if I want to.
That's you. That's
This
up
is
to
your
you.
failure.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Scrimpet is running around, darting between different people's legs, doing a decent job, but occasionally, like, a claw will scrape someone's shoe, or, like, you know, one of the tongues hanging out will just, like, brush someone's leg. Or worst of all, when the tail just comes up underneath the skirt and looks like the person has the tail. Doing a terrible job of sneaking around, but being quick about it so nobody like catches him immediately. It's not until he pops one and then the second head out of a particularly darker skirt that he's looking around that the person looks down and sees him. And since Nimbus is also looking around searching for any sign of this, you see that Scrimpet has just been spotted by our mark. He is underneath the skirt of the person whose soul we're trying to collect.
I will say that
And they can
they're
see
in
his
front.
heads.
I'll say they're in front of you, but if that's okay. But you're under a
Okay,
different
sure,
person.
sure.
The person you're under, the dress is like this. Looks like a night sky underneath. So whenever like the dress moves, it looks like you're looking at a sky full of stars. And she looks down at you and she's like, "Excuse me."
One head looks up. Oh, don't worry, Toots, you're excused.
Can you please get out from under my skirts? It is quite rude.
Oh, apologies. Steps out. Hey, wait, no, I'm not. Wait.
And you like you feel like one heeled foot like gently nudging your butt. Out.
Yeah. He steps out. I guess if I'm going back into narration mode. And boss, you know, I fought like a demon. You know how I am. You know how I am. But all of a sudden, I was right there on the dance floor. Everybody could see me.
Did you dance?
What was there left to do? Well, there was nothing else to do, right? I'm a dog. I'm not wearing a gown. I gotta make myself fit in somehow, so we gotta fill in with some entertainment.
Oh my god.
So I guess that's a dandy roll.
Yeah, definitely a dandy roll. And you see this raven masked individual like they're like a couple people back there, so they can't get to you right away, but they're like looking over like shoulders and like just kind of a little exasperated. What's your dandy roll?
I rolled a 6 on one die.
Tell us how you danced.
It's like those like terrible endings to Illumination movies, where he just like, you know, like all those like kids movies, like the second-rate kids movies, where at the end all the characters dance.
Yes.
He's just immediately up on two paws, like doing whatever is the latest TikTok dance. I don't know. I don't follow.
Oh my
TikTok
god, are you
dances.
flossing?
That's not anywhere near the latest.
I know it's not the latest, but it's the first one that came to my mind, so I'm just imagining Scrimpet flossing.
He's default dancing from Fortnite.
Oh my god. All right.
And he's kicking up a storm and everyone's joining in.
Definitely
I
some more intoxicated Fae will join in.
If I see this happening on the dance floor, I definitely join in. I think
Yeah.
in this moment, I think it's a party. It's time to dance. So whatever bird that I was trying to follow or find, I think I just like pull my head back and I go,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's time to dance!" And then I just like bound on the floor, and I dance with Scrimpet, and I also give Scrimpet a dress. I want to make magic a dress onto Scrimpet as well.
Yeah, you were following like a really long beaked periwinkle like hummingbird.
And I go, how do you beat those wings so quickly? I don't understand. Oh, my friend's dancing. You should join. And then I run away to dance with Scrimpet.
You roll me a dandy roll for dancing, and then I'm going to come back to
Okay.
Winnie. Winnie, you are on the prowl for uncomfortable attendees and your mark. I will say you definitely see an uncomfortable attendee first. It's not like very uncomfortable, but it's more of like a shy, I don't know what to do uncomfortable. It is a average height, so probably you're at their chest because you're so big. Individual wearing what looks like red ribbons as a dress, and they just kind of keep moving in the breeze. And she has a mask on that kind of looks like a heart, and they're holding a drink, and at this point, Scrimpet and Nimbus have gone onto the dance floor, and a couple other intoxicated individuals have started dancing, and they're just kind of like bumped out of the way, and they just kind of like shuffle backward, not knowing what to do.
Yeah, I'll sidle up to the red ribboned lady, and just kind of like stick my head under one of her hands so she like has to pet me.
Hello.
Have you been to one of these before?
This is actually my first one. My sister dragged me here.
Oh, and you want to go home too? I get that.
I'd rather be reading.
Oh, you like books?
I do.
I am going to use one of my tricks
Okay.
called This Old Thing. You know just the thing to comfort someone who is otherwise in a bad way. From part of yourself, you can manifest an item up to the size of a cat and offer it to them. You can call it back at any time. So I am going to materialize a book for her.
What's the book, or what kind of genre?
Oh, it's definitely romantasy. I mean, like, we're in the Fey realm. There's a Fey Lord. It's a masquerade. It's all in the brain. It's definitely like highly influenced by what I'm seeing around me.
Is there smut?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
but
good.
like towards the end, like it's
Tasteful. It's tasteful.
It's a slow burn. It's a slow burn. You know.
Oh, I don't think I've read this one. It's appreciated. I'm gonna go find a corner, maybe go out into the gardens.
Yeah, and get one of those little mushrooms too. They're real good. Yeah.
And she'll give you another head scritch.
Yeah.
And as they're walking away, you see Scrimpet and Nimbus just dropping it on the dance floor.
Oh, not again.
Not
Okay.
again. So much
Well.
story in that one phrase.
I will slowly shoulder my way over to them, but I'm not dancing.
At some point, this raven masked individual does kind of like finally push their way to the front of the crowd, because at this point, like a dance circle has appeared around all of you, and there's like hello, hey.
Hi.
I think we're supposed to. You're here to help me?
Are you here to dance?
Later, yeah.
Okay. I like your gown.
Thank you. And
Is
they're
it
wearing
made of real feathers?
yes and no.
Oh.
But yeah, they're wearing like a deep V with a slit on the side, and this is a very masculine individual with like dark tan skin. They're masked, so you can't really get a good look at their face, but they're definitely of an older voice. And can we talk, or you almost done?
Sure.
Well,
Yeah.
first, did we get Nimbus's dance check?
Oh yeah, what's Nimbus's dance check?
I gotta know.
So, I rolled a 1.
Oh my god, tell me.
In this moment, as I bound into the dance floor with Scrimpet, I think I'm just so excited to dance that I actually don't know the dance that Scrimpet is doing. I don't know what this TikTok dance is. I don't know Tik or Talk, and I think I'm learning it live. And as I'm learning it live in that moment, I'm just kind of so like clumsy in my kind of wispiness that I kind of start bumping into other people, and I think I accidentally step on some other people's gowns.
Oh.
And some things like might have torn a bit, but I'm unconscious of that fact because I'm trying to understand how to learn this dance really well. And so it's like, okay, right foot and left foot, but we slide. I don't think I can clap like that. But bounce, but right. Nope, that's left now.
Can I add on to
Turn.
this?
Yeah.
You do not. It's like a bunch of people are knocked over. Like,
oh, wonderful.
Multiple people. You like get under their feet, you run into them, and then just like 5 people fall over into a big pile. Most of these people probably did not feel it because booze.
Yes. Yes.
Says the Raven. Let's.
Yeah.
Can
Oh, I think we're supposed to fall into a big pile now. And then I jump onto the Raven person.
whoa, and then like a lot of fumbling because you're the medium sized dog.
Yeah, I'm the medium-sized dog.
Okay, and you're like, oh crap, shit, and like holding your big
Woo.
fluffiness. Okay,
Hi.
he looks at you and can you grab the other one? You seem responsible.
Yeah, I'll try. And I'm gonna do my best to just kind of like bodily like corral Scrimpet, who won't stop dancing, but I'm just gonna try to like corral him like to the edge of the crowd.
Still dancing in Winifred's mouth or paws or whatever. Yeah.
I will say that there is a group +1 die because it wasn't given to anyone specific. So if anyone wants to claim that for themselves at some point, it is in the dice pool.
Got it. Thank you.
And I also got a
Appreciate it.
temptation and a failure at some point.
Ooh.
So yeah, this individual is like leading the way off. You didn't notice it before, but there are actually hallways around here. They're just kind of like interspersed between all like the nature and the foliage, and they bring you to like a small little alcove with a window and balcony looking out over this nighttime Fey woods. There is glowing like lichen and moss everywhere. There's a lot of fireflies. It is very pretty. And when he is basically, you are all out of the way, he sets you down, Nimbus.
Oh, thanks.
And they sit on a bench and like, oh, finally I'm off my feet. And he removes his mask. And what you see is a tanned, slightly weathered little like middle-aged face with black and salt and pepper hair. And his eyes are this really, really like deep black, like deep blue that almost look black. I was wondering when you were gonna come. Hi.
Hi, my name is Nimbus, and these are my friends. This is Scrimpet, that's Scrimp, and I point to one head, and that's Pit, and I point to the other head. And then I go, that's Winifred, and we are here on behalf of the devil. I believe you made a deal with them?
I did, actually. So, hi. My name is Corbin. I, with a K, by the way. It's spelled with a K for you, Abby. I need your help, actually. I work here. I live in the Fey realm. I'm just, a jack of all trades and such. I officially make like puzzles and like little traps and trinkets for the Fey folk around here.
Wait, how did you get to be here? You're immortal.
It's a long story that unfortunately we don't have time for, but if you fulfill my request, I promise to tell you at some point.
Okay, deal.
Oh, he definitely ate a fairy biscuit.
What's a fairy biscuit?
Yes, but not the reason why I stayed.
Ah,
I
think he's lying.
I don't know. This sounds like a story that the devil would want to hear. Let's try to get it.
Fine. Fair
Wait,
enough.
They said that if we help him, they'll tell us the story. So we just made a deal. Deal?
Deal.
Deal. Yay.
But
Guys, can we make deals?
I don't know. I just made one.
Oh, okay.
We're in the fairy realm. Every deal here gets bound to some shit. I don't remember.
you are correct, Scrimpet. Every word is a deal here. But I Actually, but my problem is I am immortal. I'm not going to live forever. But I want to. I want to live for a very long time. And I understand immortality might not be possible, so I will take as many years as you can get me for you to find a way to make me live longer, because I really want to live with my partner. And he lives for a very long time. And I am only going to be a little blip in his life. So I'm not ready to die in like another 30 years.
Who's
That's
your
tough.
partner?
The host of the party.
Oh,
Wowza.
the Lord. The
Yes.
Fey Lord.
I think I've read that
Oh.
book.
That's a regular Romeo and Julian right there.
Well, why don't you just make a little? Well, I don't know if that works. Doesn't the Fey Lord have like really strong, powerful fairy magic?
They do. But the problem is he won't make me immortal.
Oh,
Cuz
why?
the way he explained it is the only way he knows how to make me immortal is to turn me into a fae, right? And if you've ever met a fae, they're not humans. They're very different. And the way he said and explained it is if he made me a fae, it would take away everything he loves about me.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well,
And I get it, and I appreciate it. And I know fae are different, and they think differently, and have very different morals a lot of the time, but it's still kind of hard to wrap my head around, and it's a hard thing to swallow, you know?
well, I don't know how you would swallow it. Can you bite it?
That's a good question.
Can
I
you
think
make
we're
it
getting a little
smaller?
sidetracked here.
No, if you make the thing smaller, like normally sometimes I have trouble eating some food, so like I'll bite it and then I'll make it smaller and then I can swallow it.
You might not be completely out of left field here for once, Nimbus, because
I love
I-
fields.
I think, if I remember correctly, the fairies got similar things to like the gods, right? Where there's what do you call it?
Rules?
No, like those like fruits that you can eat and become immortal and stuff.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
remember
maybe
what
we
they're
can
called.
find one.
Ambrosia, that's the one.
Oh. Mm.
You know?
But
Do they got
but-
something like that?
I'm not sure.
Or do you need human years? Do they have to be human?
No, I don't
that's
think
true.
so. Like, I don't even know where to start. I'm gonna be honest.
Mm.
Because I've been here for a very long time, so anything I know that would make me longer tends to go in the realm of, like, the Fae side.
Oh, so most of the answers in magic here, if they make you live longer, make you Fey in the end?
I'm not sure. Maybe this is why I'm kind of, like, at, like, the end of the road, and why I kind of made, like, a deal with the devil. Because I'm sure they know a way, or know of something, or else they wouldn't have accepted it, right?
Oh, right. What is the deal that you made with the devil?
If they can make me, or by extension you, make me live longer or forever or immortal, I just needed more years.
I
I would give them my soul.
Ah,
And then they sent you, and you're here, and yeah, that's where we're at.
I promise we're
Oh.
very good. Don't worry about it. We're gonna
we're
figure
very
it out.
good.
We've done weirder stuff than this, and we're gonna figure it out.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
We behave really well. We're very good.
I don't. But
Well,
yeah,
know,
you
some-
I'll
there's
do
a
my best.
there's a very obvious like look of I doubt that when you say that, Nimbus, that you're very good. there are a lot of people here, a lot of knowledgeable people. I know there's a library. Kind of moves around though, so you gotta go find it. And there's a lot of powerful people in the Fey Realm, and it doesn't even need to be from the Fey Realm. If you have any other ideas, like as you said, Scrumpet, getting ambrosia from the gods, though I don't know how good of an idea that is something.
Yeah.
We
Although
might
that
have
would
to go all
require
the
us
way
to actually go there.
Olympus.
Yeah.
Well, I know what it looks like, and then I project Mount Olympus with my trick.
Oh,
There.
In the middle of the party.
Yes.
well, you're like on a little like offset, like you're not directly
Okay.
in the middle of the dance floor anymore. But
Yeah, I use Call the Crossroads, and I project Mount Olympus.
oh my god, beautiful. Okay.
We can
Wow.
go there.
I do need to get back to the party soon, though. You know, being the partner of the host is kind of an important job. I gotta do hosting duties. But before I go back, are there any other questions I can answer for you, or anything I can do? And of course, you are more than welcome to like eat and drink as much as you want while we're here. The party goes on for a couple days in the mortal days. So, also, I love both of your dresses.
Thanks. I made it.
Wait, what did Scrimpet's?
Yeah,
what
they
did you
made it.
make Scrimpet's dress look like, Nimbus?
I was gonna let Scrimpet describe it,
Okay.
unless you want me to have the narration on that part.
Red cocktail dress.
Oh, perfect.
Beautiful.
Like you made what's it called? You made a better like ball gown, and he just immediately like tore like leg slits into it as he was dancing.
Perfect.
Fringe. Yeah.
Without realizing.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Jessica Rabbit, eat your heart out.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Seth.
Okay. So, library then, yeah?
Oh, right. Where's the moving library? I love libraries.
Well, it's moving. So, I assume it's on the go.
I think I know someone who could help us there. And I
Okay.
wanna bound over to my friend in the red ribbons that I gave a book to earlier.
Oh yeah. She is like, you have to like leave the like the little alcove area and go to like where you last saw her, but she's still there at this point. She's like a third through the book.
Oh yeah.
And it takes a moment for her to notice you. And oh, hi.
Hi, how's the book?
Very good. Do you
Yeah.
know if the author has more?
I don't know. I'll let you know, in like 100 years when I come back here.
Okay, yeah, no, that'll be fine.
Cool. In the meantime, we were looking for some, not fiction. We gotta find some actual. We're doing a job, Do you know where the library is around here?
She stops and thinks and like looks around. Roll me a dice and let me know if you get evens or odds.
Oh, since it's my first die roll, I will show off. Brought up my buy dice. for
Hell yeah.
today. Happy Pride, friends.
Happy Pride.
Odd.
Not at this moment, but the last time I saw it, it was on the second floor. Like kind of like hiding in like the attic. So maybe you can sniff it out from there.
Sounds great. Well, get back to your book. It's about to get good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Right
And
back
I'm just
into
gonna
the
like,
thing.
I'm gonna like plant my snout on the ground and just like try to sniff things out.
All right, what scent are you looking for? Because there's a lot of scents going on right now, and also you left kind of like Scrimpet and Nimbus behind.
Yep. I just left
Yeah.
him. Yep. I left him, and I'm looking for, that wonderful old like Oxford library smell of like old leather and aging parchment.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that everything, it's like what's that, a Hermione's amortentia essentially.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like you
yeah,
want
yeah.
like that old library smell.
Yes. You're gonna roll dog. This is a dog roll.
Yeah. Okay. I am best dog.
Woof.
Yay.
No, not woof. Boof.
A big boo. All right. I've got a 4 that I'm gonna take.
Okay. I can't remember. Do I describe on a 4 or do you describe on a 4? It doesn't say, so I'll let you. I'll let you describe your mundane success.
Oh,
You get a sense of something that's
mundane.
obviously not party.
Yeah, I'm admittedly happy to be heading away from the party. Too much noise, too many scents. But I've got a bit of a trail that I'm following, and as we head away from the beautifully magicked masquerade around us, it becomes more of like normal palace. It's turns in from the forest floor into a bit more of marble staircases and stuff.
Yeah, it's
and
still definitely like fae in nature, but there's less enchantments of, hey, this is specifically done for the party vibes.
Yeah. And so I snuffle my way up a couple sets of stairs and come to this very long hallway with lots of doors, and I'm going down and kind of sniffing each door until I find the one that I think is right.
What I will say, since it's a mundane success,
Mm-hmm.
the scent moves.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. I will say the scent is moving around. The library is moving around. And as your nose is to the ground, you do pass by Scrimpet and Nimbus.
Okay.
In
All
the
right.
alcove still.
I'm on the right floor, but I keep checking doors and checking doors and checking doors.
Scrimpet and Nimbus, you see Winnie just sniffing away. Like, she left and then she didn't come back. But she does look like she's on a mission.
Oh.
At this point, though, Corbin has put his mask on and they have left. With head pats. They gave you head pats.
Oh, yay.
Gonna need a third arm for that one. Yeah, so probably just what's it called? Poke Nimbus with my tail. Hey,
Yeah,
looks like Winifred's onto something. Should we follow her?
sure.
All right.
I like Winifred. And then I kind of just follow.
She's all right.
Yeah. Winnie, your pack has joined you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
like
How's it going?
between snuffles, I'm explaining like, yeah, I had, my friend back there, she loves books. I knew she'd have a way, but like, I just can't find it. It's here somewhere, and I'm getting frustrated because I can't pinpoint where the library is.
I'm trying to
That's a tricky one. I guess I could see if I could try to pick up the scent.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to try and roll.
All right. Well,
Dog.
I have a dog of 3, so I'm not going to use the spare die.
Okay.
I don't think it's necessary yet, but let's see. I got 2 5s and a 4.
You also get it. Nimbus, did you want to do anything to assist as well?
I can try, but I think I'm gonna. As I'm following them and I see both of them tracking, I think in that moment, I might get distracted. I kind of want to be distracted by something else.
Yeah, I think in this case, I'm gonna like pull on that temptation that was donated to me, and you, as Scrimpet and Winnie are sniffing away and following the trail, you see a ageless looking fae talking with a younger fae, and they are talking about philosophy and like the meaning of like things.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, so how could, if something exists and we experience it, it's a real, of course. Like, it's just because it's an illusion doesn't mean it's any less important to the experiences it gives us. And they continue going on this like tangent.
I'll just like, are we on the second floor? Are they on the same floor as us, or are
Yeah.
we?
Yeah, I'll say you're definitely
Okay.
on the same floor, and you end up like passing by them as you catch this little snippet.
I immediately just turn and I stop following Scrimpet and Winnie, and I just walk into the conversation, and as they're talking about what is real, and whether illusions are real, and I say, sometimes I have dreams, and sometimes they're more real than sometimes the physical things are. Because I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh no, that really hurt me. Or, oh my gosh, that was so happy. But then I woke up again and then I was sad. But then I was really happy because one of my favorite friends was in front of me. So does it really matter?
See? This is the older, ageless looking Fae looking at the younger one who thinks this is a load of hooey. And they're like, see, the Hound gets it. Yes, no, I agree with you, because just because something is like not quote unquote real or not tangible or experienced by someone else doesn't mean it didn't have an impact on you, right? And like, there's no way we don't know that when you dream, you go somewhere else. I am the opinion you actually go somewhere when you dream, like your consciousness.
Where do you go?
Oh, it depends on what I'm like experiencing at night. Sometimes I see my partner who's like on the other side of like the ocean and the veil, and like other times it's just like, I'm at a beach. But it's still like nice.
Are you real right now?
I think I'm real. I like to think I'm real. And then they pat you on the head, like,
Oh,
and they pat you and like give you a little head scratch. Like, it's, even if I wasn't real, you having a good head scratch is, right?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So if you live forever, does that mean that like life is real or not real, and does life even matter?
Well,
live
for
forever.
Fae, we are immortal, but it doesn't mean we can't be killed.
Oh.
We don't die of old age.
So immortality is real.
Yeah, of course.
Is it real for other creatures?
Immortality?
Yeah. Can you not be Fae and be immortal?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I met there's obviously, you like have gods, you have like demigods, there's a lot of like concepts that are also immortal, and there's a lot of stories as well about mortals becoming immortal for whatever reason.
Can you tell me one of those stories?
And I have pulled another card for this.
Okay.
For like the topic. I've pulled Soul. And yeah, Winnie and Scrimpet, Nimbus is fucking gone.
Yeah, I
Nimbus is gone.
nosedive straight into that. Goodbye.
But this individual begins to tell you a story about a witch who wanted to become not immortal for herself, but for her non-immortal child, just so that they can experience life more. And she made a potion, actually, from the water of, in another land, she doesn't know where, there is a lake of like soul essence. And she got some of that water and made it into a potion, which extended her child's life.
A lake of souls in another land. Wonderful. Do you think that's where you go when you dream?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I don't know where I go when I dream.
Neither do I, but it's nice. Most of the time.
Thank you so much. I turn to look for my friends and I assume they are not there.
Oh yeah, they're gone.
Wonderful. I just walk off, assuming that the direction I walk in, I will find them.
All right, Winnie and Scrimpet. Nimbus is gone. This is not new. This happens all the time. It was bound to happen eventually. But you are looking for the library, and both of you have the scent. Got it? Mm-hmm. It's moving, and you can keep on track of it, but you need to catch up with it.
All right.
What do you do?
Winnie,
Grab that.
getting a bit sick of this. What do you
Maybe-
think?
Do you think we can like corner it? If we like come at it from different sides, can we? What do you think?
What if we ride the lines, but we ride 2 different lines so that we can pincer it?
Let's try it.
All right.
Remind me, ride the lines again. I just want to get double check on what exactly it does.
Ride the lines as you're able to move nearly instantaneously through place and time via ley lines. This ability doesn't protect you from others who use this means of travel.
Okay. So what I will say is that you're going to have to roll for this. It's going to be a double roll. Because it's moving and you might if you fail, you might just miss it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe what is it called? You end up in a wall and you get shunted, like in D&D.
Yeah. Get ragdolled.
And so this is a fresh roll. So
Yeah, we're definitely in a new scene now.
great.
Oh.
So double time.
You got a 6 and a 3.
6 and a 4.
Hell yeah.
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 So you
Let's
both
be
Double-
spectacular.
Yeah.
Double 6s then. Let's just go with that. Let's get this fucking library. Sorry, wait.
No, you can say fuck on the channel. It's fine.
Okay. I forgot to ask that.
You can say fuck. Just be tasteful.
Mhm.
Yeah. So tell me about your spectacular successes, you two.
Okay.
Scrimpet?
I figure, since we're in the fairy world, that, the ley lines are, the equivalent of, electrical work in the castle.
Mm.
They just run through the whole thing, bringing magic from place to place, making sure that whatever weird contraptions the Fae use to make their lives a little bit more entertaining are always on. So, for Scrimpet and Winifred, it's literally they split off in alternate directions, and I'll stop narrating for you there. And Scrimpet, it's literally just if there's an equivalent to an electrical outlet, he just runs face first into it and goes in, tail swinging around as he goes through. And then, yeah, it's just you can picture a 2-headed little magical charge of electricity zooming around the castle, going into what's it called, past the walls until he gets to what he assumes is correctly the side of the library, and then just bursts out from wherever in the wall the library would have a connection to the ley line. That's
Beautiful.
how I picture.
And
I love this this electricity imagery, and I also think that with our double incredible success, we can pull Nimbus in with us.
Oh my
So,
god, yes, absolutely.
On Winifred's kind of way into the ether, I think I kind of pick up Nimbus on the way, and the way that we look is Nimbus as a cloud, but with lightning inside.
Ooh.
And so
Ooh.
we together are kind of like this this big ball of fluff and lightning as we go and meet Scrimpet from the other direction.
Yeah. Nimbus, you feel all of your hair stand on end, when you're you feel that electrical current, and all of a sudden Winnie just kind of grabs you and pulls you into the
Oh.
ley lines.
Oh, hi. I was just looking for you.
I do sort of like a bear hug, just like
Oh. I nuzzle right into
Yeah.
So cute. And all three of you are deposited in essentially, I'm going to say the middle of the library. You're not in through the front door, and it is big. It is this entire place, this not a castle, this manor is bigger on the inside than on the outside. That's just face shit. You know how it is. And
Exactly.
You do, unlike some other systems and other things I've played, you can see the end of the walls. You do, it is not, but it is still very big. Lots of bookshelves. There's a ground floor, a second floor, and a third floor. And you just smell old paper, ink, tea. And there's the crackling of a warm fireplace a little farther in. And it's not super bright in here. It's just comfortably dim, but bright enough so where you can still read. And you find yourself in the moving library.
Nice.
I was just talking to two different fays that were one was really old and one wasn't, but they were still both immortal, and they said something about a lake of souls that a witch
Ooh,
went to once because they wanted to live forever.
that's.
I don't know if that's useful or
Hmm.
not, but I just wanted to tell you that story.
I mean, we could get a lot of bonus souls for the boss too if we went there, I
I
guess.
know. You're right.
Hmm.
You would know that they only trade souls. They don't actually take souls from places. Cause it
Yeah, I know,
like
but
like
it's Scrimpet being Scrimpet. That's
Scrimpet
how
being
I
Scrimpet.
think of
Okay, that's fair.
it.
Hmm.
Um, all right. How about this then? Uh, why don't we split up and then we can search through books to see if we find anything about immortality. Nimbus can focus on looking for stuff about that Lake of Souls. That's all I got. I don't know any other sources of immortality.
I think that's great.
Well, you had the ambrosia idea.
That's true.
You could try to find God stuff.
True.
Yeah, immortal fruits. I got two heads to read with, if need be.
Now I'm imagining one head trying to go off in one direction, the other trying to go in the other.
A regular occurrence.
A regular occurrence. And
Is
then
there? Oh,
go ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead. I was just
No,
gonna ask what Winnie wanted to do.
I was just gonna ask if there was a librarian.
Ooh, good
That's a good
idea.
question.
I will say let's make this another dice roll. So if you want to roll, Ian, it'll be
Okay.
odds, no, evens, yes.
Okay. Even.
There is. You kind of hear the scratching of a pen on paper. So you're not alone. Out of character, this is the librarian. In character, you don't know who it is yet.
Got it.
But yes, out of character, there's a librarian.
So
Winnie,
I'm gonna
what
let.
are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you doing, Winnie?
Um, hmm. What would I be looking for? I think I would be looking for like a section on um humans who gave their life up for something else, because I'm kind of stuck on this idea of that we can take years from a different human to give to this one. So I'm gonna look
Yeah.
for like stories of sacrifice.
Okay. Scrimpet and Winnie, roll me this is gonna be like an intelligence, so I'll probably put this under Dandy. Nimbus, you said you were going to look for a librarian.
Yeah, I think in that moment, hearing the scratching, I head towards that sound since it pulls my ear.
Yeah,
Right.
like around the corner, like down one aisle and around the corner, you see just like a big desk. It's like one of the, like a almost completely circular one. There's only like a part that has like that's not part desk, but it has a little foldable counter, so you can't just like walk in. But you're a dog, so you can just walk under it.
Yeah, yeah, I understand.
And there is a Fae there, and very similar to the electricity idea, I pulled the storm card. There is a electrical current in the air, and the smell of ozone is just like around surrounding this individual. She seems to be wearing outfits made of air and cloud and smoke, and just like a big old like afro full of like lightning and clouds that occasionally you can hear like a flash and then thunder.
I walk up to her and I go, "Are you a witch?"
She looks down at you from whatever she's writing, and she's like, no.
Oh, I was looking for a witch who went to the Lake of Souls that made a potion so somebody could live forever, and I wasn't sure if you were her.
Are you looking for a book? I could help with that.
Sure. Is there a book about a witch that went to the Lake of Souls to make a potion so that someone could live forever?
They're repeating every time.
Give me a minute. And like, she has like a little name tag that just has the number 77 on it.
I go, is that your name? 77?
That's what people call me. Names are precious here, but we can't just say, hey, you, every single time. So people call me 77.
Oh, hi, my name is Nimbus.
Hi, Nimbus. Are you here for the party? And, like, as she's talking, she, like, swings around on her wheelie chair, like, her desk chair, and, like, begins, like, going through all of the drawers, because I know we don't use it nowadays, but it is the Dewey Decimal System organization.
Yes.
And she's going through all of these things and is looking around.
You check?
Are you here for the party?
Oh, we were invited, me and my friends. I think they're around somewhere. But no, we're here for a soul.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't deal in souls personally. I mostly deal in stories. But it's not the weirdest thing I've heard. Especially around these parts.
Stories. And I really like the storms in your hair.
Thank you. And then she pulls out this little, like, card, and she's just like, yeah, so I've got this. There's a book called, God, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to think of a really good title for this book, but it's titled Spectacular Magical Lakes and Where to Find Them.
Lovely. Oh, wonderful. Yes, I'm looking for, such a lake.
Okay. And then she'll hold out the card to you and, like, hold it in front of you. Think you can find this? And it has, like, the little designation, like, what aisle and row and stuff.
I think so. I'm gonna, like, memorize it in this particular space as well.
Okay.
And I'll try to find the space, the book based on the decimal system.
Yeah. I'll say you can find it, but
Okay.
Scrimpet and Winnie. Who wants to go first?
Well, I rolled a 1.
Oh no. So how do you fail finding your stories about self-sacrifice?
I think in in kind of patting down the stacks and looking up at all of the stories of books and stuff, I think I just get distracted by the comforts of the library. There's a crackling fire, there's overstuffed chairs, there's like tea being brewed, there's like little like soft page flips every now and then, and it's just like so cozy. So I think I settle down in front of a fire and just kind of start to nod off.
Oh, how precious. Beautiful. Scrimpet.
I rolled a 2.
We're doing great, guys. We're doing great.
If I remember correctly, that is a success, just not an interesting one.
Yeah, just like something more straightforward. So I assume what it probably is Scrimpet is going through the stacks, and he finds a pair of books, probably one on like the Olympians in general that has a chapter on ambrosia, and then another one probably on the Aesir of like Nordic fables, because they also have like, I believe they're apples of immortality.
I think I remember vaguely, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and so like just each head grabs the thing, opening it up with the paws, finding the area, and I do literally have an ability that says my heads can multitask as if they were essentially two separate people.
Oh my god,
so
I love that.
He's reading both books simultaneously, and he's getting information on it, but I don't know how useful it would be while still remaining in the fairy world. Maybe it would give some insight into how immortality can be passed on generally.
Yeah, no, you don't have to stay in the Fey realm. This is just where the adventure started. But
true.
Yeah, but you still have your dream, your ley line ability still. And you know those places exist. They're not fairy tales. But there are stories, as you said, of like the Nordic apples, as well as the ambrosia in the Greek tales. And they talk about, yes, this is, it doesn't give like the exact coordinate location, but like the general idea of where they would be.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, at least that's a lead we can follow if we can't find something else. But once Scrimpet is finished, what's it called, reading, he will shut both books and then walk away without putting them back.
Oh,
Just didn't occur to him. He's not doing it out of malice.
I know. I know. Scrimpet, you see Winnie taking a little cat nap.
Getting down low.
Yeah.
Crawling over. Not many opportunities to embarrass the biggest dog. Let's see.
Yeah.
I think that he's going to scrimp right on behind her and then just each head nips ears both at the same time. Not hard enough to hurt her or anything like that. It's completely play, but just like snap with both of them. So it feels she's waking up to feeling like she's being jumped by two dogs. Do I need to roll?
No, you don't need to roll.
I immediately burst into flame.
Oh,
In the library.
One of my tricks is Inferno, and because I am scared awake, my whole body turns to flame. I am flame until I wish to return to shadow. Neither water nor wind can snuff me out.
This was a mistake.
oh no!
Thankfully, the Fae thought about this. And nothing catches on fire.
And I'm right in front of the fireplace, so I'm sure that everything near me has been fireproofed. I'm not too concerned about that. But I fully just woof, and I stand up and until I turn around and see Scrimpet, and then I kind of calm down, like, Scrimpet, what?
Yeah.
What?
You were supposed to be doing a job?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I'll just like woof, back to dog. Yeah, so well, it looks like you found something. What did you find?
Well, I read a bit more about ambrosia and the Viking version of ambrosia, which is apples, apparently. I don't know if they're special apples or just apples, but they just call them apples. But that being said, people have stolen the apples before, but Thor don't like that. And if we go to Olympus, in theory, you can steal the ambrosia, which is more like a wine, but Zeus don't like that. So either way, we'd be dealing with some kind of thunder god, I think.
Okay. It's a good thing
Maybe
we
a
have
spear.
Nimbus.
And
Ooh, that's true.
Nimbus.
Yeah.
You find your book about spectacular magical lakes and where to find them. And it is essentially this big, it's not big, but it's probably like a good like 1.5 to 2 inches like thick. And it's not like a small book, it's like a bigger one because it has like all these pictures in it too and like all of these informations about it. But it's talking about a bunch of different lakes, really cool, interesting lakes. I don't know if you all have ever seen the TikTok series about Spooky Lake Month.
No.
Okay, tangent.
Tell me more.
Tangent. Someone did a whole thing in like October about they did a spooky lake around the world or like throughout it. Basically, creepy ass water lakes and things. It really will really freak you out. But please go watch that series. But anyway, it's basically talking about like this is this type of lake and like this one's made out of light in the realm of on the edges of the fairy, yeah, etc., etc. But one of these is the essence of, it's like a soul essence lake, and it's not actually souls itself, but it's kind of like a distilled life essence soul. No one's actually like died, but it's kind of like a byproduct of when people like reincarnate and go back into the life cycle or move on. It's just a little bit, and it just kind of has distilled into this large, it started off as a puddle and then it would get bigger and bigger. And it is essentially hidden within the realm between like the mortal realm, and it's just between all of like these different realities, because it's like from all of it.
Ooh, interesting. Between realities. Okay, I think we can do that. I take the book with me, and I kind of like trot to try to find Winnie and Scrimpet. And I
Pet
think
cat.
in that moment I see the big flame kind of light up somewhere, maybe in this library, and I head towards the roaring fire that I assume to be Winifred.
Yes.
Um, and I find them and I say, "Guys, I found something!" And I throw the book down on that page and I like nudge it towards them, and I say, "Look, it's the lake. It's of souls, but it's not actually souls. It's like life essence. So nobody really died, and we're not taking from someone else. But it's in between realms, so I think we have to find that."
Good job, Nimbus.
Thanks.
Well, the two things that Scrimpet found have potential guardians. Does this say anything about someone we would
I
make
look.
mad?
I read further. Does it say that there is a guardian to
It
this
does
place?
not say a damn thing. It's all about lakes.
No, nothing. It's just a magical lake that's in between realms. Let's go. And
Yeah.
I take the book and I put the book back on one of those library carts.
Yes, yes.
Where they're gonna return it, and I put it back, and I go back to 77, and I say, "Thank you so much for that little card. I found what I was looking for. You're a very good librarian."
Thank you. I'm glad I could help. Do you need me to point where the exit is? Sometimes it moves around too.
Oh, sure. I would like that. Yes.
Scrimpet and Winnie, do you also are you following Nimbus?
Did Nimbus make us aware to follow them?
No, I just move with the
I
wind.
would trot after Nimbus. They seem to be onto something here.
Yeah.
Okay. If she notices, then I'll follow too.
Okay.
And I think as you are all leaving the library, that's a good spot to take our break. So everybody, please
Woo!
stretch, pet your pets, hydrate, use the bathroom. We'll be back in like, I don't know, anywhere between 5 and 15 minutes. We'll be back. Bye. Hi everybody, we are back from break. Before we get to the soul fetch heist and so on and so forth, I want to remind everybody that we are raising money for Lambda Legal, and if you would like to influence, give some chaos or some beneficial boons to our player doggos, you can. You can add some dice, you can give them major successes, giving me spectacular failures. I can introduce NPCs, or if you would like one of the heavy hitters, you can make Fate, who's a very pretty lady, or the devil themselves appear. You can. Let's get back. So we last left off with our dogs leaving the library, where they looked for books and one of them took a nap. You've left the library, and you can hear the sounds of music and revelry off in the distance of the Fae Ballroom.
What are y'all doing?
Well, you're following Nimbus, right?
Oh, that's right. Nimbus was doing a little walk ahead. Yes, that is
Yeah,
correct.
77 told me where the exit was, and so I'm just headed towards the exit and trying to figure out how to go in between worlds.
Well, so we left.
realms.
We got out of the library.
Yes.
But before we fully leave this realm, I would like to see if we can swing back by Corbin real quick again.
Yeah, you definitely can go back to the main hall where you can see Corbin. Some slower music has played. And you can see Corbin with their mask and their cape and dress of feathers dancing with a tall fae, very tall and majestic, with their hair is dark as pitch, and it seems to have that oil slick coloring to it with it's like semi like that reds and like blues that just kind of shifts in the light. And they're wearing a dress that is reminiscent of geodes. So on the outside is this slate gray, but on the inside it sparkles like an amethyst. And they have a very like sharp features, kind of like a hawk or another bird of prey. But they're looking down at Corbin with just like so much adoration as they are dancing.
I have a terrible joke.
There is another +1 die to the group pool.
Yeah.
2 + 1.
We have 2 + 1s? Okay.
Yes.
We just keep banking them. Use them all on one roll. No, I'm kidding. I know we can't do that. Yeah, no, the joke was just gonna be like Scrimpet like nudges Winifred. Hey.
Yeah.
Siblings are dating.
He's too tall for him to be the. No, it's. I don't think they're siblings. I don't think so.
Never mind.
What did
I
you
kind
say?
of
I'm sorry, I missed-
I kind of look at Nimbus. I'm like, is it me?
I don't
That's a-
know who's related. Who are you talking about?
It's a natural one on Dandy right there.
I'd like to mosey up to the couple.
Yeah, you gotta like do like a little excuse me coming through.
Couple
Move
of
out of the
shoulder
way.
checks. Couple little.
Do you do a leave room for Winnie moment and just get in between them, or are you being respectful?
I'm being respectful. I might kind of have to dance my way through. You know, like it's usually easier to get through a dance floor if you're like moving with people too. So I try to kind of snake my way in.
Yeah, so you come up to Corbin and this tall, handsome fae, and Corbin like glances down at you and then like does a double take, and they're like, there's a slight little bit of panic in the eyes because you're here in front of this someone very important to him, who already said no to immortality from him.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Can I just
can
sorry,
I cut in?
Yeah, no. God. Can I have one of your feathers?
Sure.
Okay, thanks. And I chomp, and then I run. I take one out of like the side, and then I run back to my pack.
And then you just like hear a flustered Corbin like, "Hun, I don't know what that was all about. I didn't even realize we had dog guests to the party."
Guys, let's go. I think we gotta go. Let's go. Nimbus, where are we going?
Oh,
Gotcha,
we're
gotcha.
going in between realms. I don't know how to get there, but we'll find out.
Okay.
And kind of just keep walking.
If there's one thing that I know how to do, it's get in between stuff I'm not supposed to. Follow me. And I guess I'll make a devil roll. Being a two-headed dog, I feel like I've got some Janus energy here, like the dog of doorways, right?
Oh my god.
Looking in two directions. So I'm gonna go ahead and, if it's cool, do a devil roll to have Scrimpet lead them to exactly where they need to go by writing the lines.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I got a 6 and a 3. It's a success either way. So let's do the fun one, right?
Yeah.
Let's
Actually,
do the...
if it's okay, I want to use my failure on that.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a pacing thing
Yes.
too, right? So yeah, go
Yeah.
for it.
No.
Do I still narrate though?
Yeah. I'll tell you where you end up, but you can describe your failure.
All right. So I think that this could possibly stem from the fact that the ley lines are worked into the architecture here. Whereas normally he's used to, like, when traveling between worlds, taking, like, more natural, wild kind of ley lines. So, you know, once again, just darts right towards one of these little outlets you guys can follow after. And then I think what it is like, his logic is, all right, we got to get between worlds. best directions to do that are up or down. And so he immediately like shoots up towards like the equivalent of a lightning rod on the top of the castle, and they just go flying off into the sky, following a ley line directly up. And it turns out that they should have gone down.
All right.
And then you can go from there.
So the three of you follow Scrimpet, and you end up in the middle of the air, that you pop out like mid-air. So you're just kind of like, pop! And then you like fall like 2 feet. And you fall the 2 feet into the water. It's regular water. It tastes just like fresh, chill water. But above you, you see crackles of light and large booms. And you see fireworks in the sky. There are dozens of boats on this lake filled with like people looking up at the performance of lights above you. But you have not landed in the correct lake. You ended up somewhere else. But yeah, you hear a lot of booms. I don't know if anyone needs a thunder vest, but you are wet, and there's a lot of explosions above you, and a lot of oohs and ahs from people that are in the boats. They look human, by the way.
Absolute nightmare for dog ears.
Yes.
Oh, I'm in heaven, because I evaporate always. So I'm just splashing in the water. But do I recognize this lake in particular? Did I see it in the book that I just read? Or
No, this one just seems like a normal
is it
lake.
normal? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Looking at the people around us, can we tell what kind of beings they are?
They are humans, but it doesn't seem like it is present modern day. It seems like it's maybe probably how early ago were no, fireworks have been for a long ass time.
Yeah.
What do we they've been around
Yeah.
for god fucking forever.
Yeah.
Not modern day, but not like somewhere in between modern day and like medieval-ish.
Okay.
Maybe 1800s?
Oh. I start playing with the water. And I go, oh, is that a soul? No, that's not a soul. That's me. And then I kind of like splash into myself. And I go, Scrimpet, this is a wonderful place, but I don't think this is where we're supposed to go.
Ah, dang it. Water all smells the same.
Well, Nimbus, you said it's you, but it's not a soul. Have you ever thought if you have a soul?
Oh,
Ooh.
no. Oh, no. Do I have a soul? Do you have a soul? Are we souls?
I don't know if any of us have souls, to be
I don't
honest.
know.
But
I start staring into the middle distance.
Yeah.
are you saying that we need a soul to get there, Winnie?
Oh, I was just trying to distract Nimbus from the water.
Oh,
But I
And-
guess that's just a different distraction. Maybe that wasn't good.
Yeah.
Most of the people are not looking at you. Most of the folks are looking up at the sky. As I was saying before to Winnie, people can't really see you unless they made like a bargain. But there is like a boat, maybe like a couple yards away, of an individual like looking at you curiously, like actually looking at you. They seem to be
What do
the
you
only
think?
one on the boat.
should we ask for directions or?
Do we recognize this person as like having had their soul taken? Is that something that we can tell?
Not
We can't
really.
tell. Okay.
You can tell
Okay.
that they have their soul, but they don't seem to. You don't recognize them.
Okay.
Are they magical? We have ghost sense, so we're able to discern and interact with like magical and supernatural creatures. Are they magical? Can we sense that they're magical?
They're not a magical creature. They're definitely human, but there is something different TM about them.
Different TM. Got it.
Sure.
And as you look over, they just kind of do a little wave, a little amused wave.
I think with that snaps me out of the middle distance stare, and I go towards them. What do they look like?
This individual, let me look at my little card. So they are wearing very simple clothes, but they have a lot of jewelry. Fair skin. It's mostly like, it's not like, it's like pewter, like a lot of pewter jewelry. It's not really expensive, maybe like a couple like quartz jewels, but fair skin. They have really wavy brown hair, like pulled back, like half up, half down, and they are wearing some spectacles. You seem
Go-
lost.
Are you a soul?
I think so. Did you want to come in the boat? I saw you
Yes.
plop in.
Yes. We're
Is it-
looking for a lake.
Yeah, that
Is
probably
is it
best.
shallow enough for me to just stand up?
No, you kind of like plopped
No,
into
okay.
a lake.
I'm okay. Okay. I'm gonna stay outside the boat and kind of paddle because I know I'm real big.
Yeah, you might capsize it.
Yeah. But I will act as like a little bridge for Scrimpet and Nimbus if they would like to climb up on. I'll like put my little paw.
Oh.
I'll put my head on the edge of the boat in case they'd like to get up.
Thanks. I climb into the boat and I say, we're looking for a lake that
You found
doesn't
one.
have souls. No, not this one. We're looking for a lake in between realms. Are you a boatman? Who are you? What are you doing here?
My name is Maggie.
Hi, Maggie.
I'm a fortune teller. And she looks at like all of you. What are you? You're not regular dogs. You
I
have
am
2
Nimbus.
heads.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Yes, he does. And I'm Nimbus, and you're a fortune teller named Maggie. Are you also a witch? Are fortune tellers witches?
Some people call us witches, but I don't like the term personally.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you.
Oh, it's okay.
Do you know where this is? And I project the picture of the Lake of Souls.
No, I don't.
Oh,
But we
Okay.
For the
can...
record,
Go ahead.
sorry, I was just gonna say Scrimpet has not climbed into the boat. He just bit the side with one head and is keeping the other head like teamed up, but he's just waiting in the water.
Oh my god, I love it. Beautiful.
Continue, please.
I do not. But I can tell the future for you or attempt to give you some direction.
that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm pulling cards to see.
Well,
Go ahead.
Maggie, have you heard of the devil?
Of course, I have.
Oh, we work for them. That's
Yes.
Yeah.
Not like
yeah.
the ones that they preach at me about, right? Because you don't seem evil.
Oh, are they telling stories about the devil up here? That's
What's
pretty
evil
cool.
mean? What's that?
I don't know, but we're good boys and girls and dogs. We're good dogs.
You are
The
very
best.
Dogs.
well. And she looks
We're
over at the
souls.
2-headed one. You seem like a troublemaker.
I am. Just very plainly.
If it's okay, I wanna pull a card from Invisible Sun because I need more of a narrative direction. If
Actual
that's
fortune telling.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
That's
yes.
okay.
So if someone wants to give me a number between 1 and 60,
Oh,
because I don't want to pull up like the thing right now.
1
So
and 60.
yeah,
I will say 49.
49.
go.
So that's 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. That's 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. So I pulled the Elusive Sleep. Value of 6 vision, swans, blades, and water. Meanings: utility, worry, stress, and awareness. The richest noble cannot buy sleep. The strongest among us cannot compel its submission. Even the wisest person might lose a night's rest to anxiety. Still, when we're awake, we are aware, and that awareness can be crucial. Okay. So she shuffles this circular deck of cards, and like shuffles and like goes through them, and eventually she pulls this card. And I'll post the picture of this card in chat for y'all. And then she looks at it and says, "What you're looking for is somewhere that is not easily reached. It does not exist here or there or now and then. It is only accessible when you are not there yourself."
Oh.
It is.
Nimbus, this sounds like what you were talking about.
Yeah, I can do that. I think I can do that. I think I do that sometimes. Sometimes people dream, and sometimes they're not there, but they are there. And sometimes I am there, but I'm not there.
I can't say I understand, but I do hope this was helpful.
It is very helpful. I really appreciate it.
Is there anything we can do for you before we go?
Oh, I'm not really in need of anything.
You sure? We can make deals.
I don't really need anything, but if you want to, maybe you can come back at another time and tell me how your story ends.
Okay.
That's one of our specialties.
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's like half the job, right?
Is it?
Anyway, I think I got what we need to make this happen.
You do?
Yeah, follow me. Nothing could
Okay.
go wrong.
I jump out of the boat into
Splash.
Crimpet. Yeah.
Bless.
Going about this all wrong.
It was nice
Riding
meeting
the ley
you.
line directly up.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Maggie.
Nice meeting you, Maggie. Waves with his tail.
I love him.
Yeah. I was going about this all wrong. Going straight up, what was I thinking? That doesn't take you somewhere you're not supposed to be. We gotta get right in one of those fireworks just as it blasts.
Oh.
It only exists for a moment. Therefore, it is both existent and not existent. Just like that one
Okay.
guy, Einstein's cat.
Einstein has a cat?
I think so. He had a box or something.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm gonna steal one of those +1 dice.
Okay.
Try to get us back on task.
Tell me what you're
So
doing.
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna ride those ley lines again, but this time with the insight that she's given us, and using 3 dice because it's devil +1 from the audience.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I got a 1, a 2, and a 4.
Oh my god.
No, I'm going to do the 4.
Okay.
I know the 2 and the 4 are interchangeable, but
Yeah.
I'm not
I
doing the 1 again.
I actually think I want everybody to roll devil because this is a very weird space.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
Can I
when
use...
what god?
Sorry. No, I was wondering if I could use one of my tricks also with the roll. I don't know if that's...
Yeah. What is it?
something. One of my tricks is dream walk. I can enter a creature's dream while they're sleeping, drugged, hallucinating, or otherwise creating a mental landscape for you to move around it. You take actions, roll dice, and use tricks as you would in the real world, engaging with the dreamer and their dream landscape. Just like in the real world, bad things can happen to you here, so be wary. Dream walk.
Just letting you know, I have a power that makes people hallucinate, so we synergize real well.
Oh my god.
Sure.
That's
You
amazing.
wanna-
I haven't had to use it yet, so I haven't. But if you need somebody to do it, I can.
Oh my god.
I think with what Maggie said of like being here and not here and dreams kind of being in an
Yeah.
intermediary liminal space.
Mhm.
While you're talking about the fireworks, I drift into a space of like trying to find somebody that's sleeping, I think, that's not here,
Okay.
or that is somewhere around. I don't know.
Absolutely. You can use one of your tricks.
Okay.
It'll help you get closer to where you need to be. I don't think you'll exactly enter their dreams, but it
Yeah.
would entering their dream would be like a walkway, like a door to where you need to go.
Got it.
So
Guys,
yeah.
I have to stop. I was hearing fireworks and I thought it was your soundtrack. But then I was like, wait, I feel and I literally took off my headphones and there's fireworks outside.
It is
Oh,
it is almost
my-
America's birthday, so
Oh my
yeah,
God.
that makes sense.
Coincidence? I think
I
not.
don't think so.
They knew they were putting it on just for us.
They knew. No, but like it literally started like 2 minutes ago. It's perfect timing.
They're watching the stream right now across the street.
Do I get a bonus die for that?
No.
No. Okay. So we're rolling devil.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're rolling devil.
Okay, great.
Also, I do want to just say that pulling the elusive sleep with its meaning and where it went with that,
And the art,
the cards always know.
The cards know.
They
The
always
cards
know.
always know.
Uh,
That's perfect.
Yeah, Nimbus and Winnie, what did you roll for your devil rolls?
I got a 5 and a 4 and a 4. So 5 is the highest I got.
I got a 5 and a 3.
Okay, so everybody succeeded normally. What does this look like as you're getting pulled somewhere else? You, Scrimpet, you kind of like led the way. You got this gung-ho attitude and you're just going. And
Yeah.
Nimbus, you definitely get pulled. You definitely do see a couple people dreaming nearby. How some of these people are sleeping during the fireworks, who frickin' knows? But there are some dreamers nearby. What does this look like?
For me,
So-
or for Scrimpet?
Well, I guess I'm leading, so
Yeah.
I'll say that he carries out his plan basically to a T, but with nothing besides that too spectacular seeming going. So like, Scrimpet is swimming to the shore, and with his typical aggressive attitude, that's just the way most of his powers manifest. The second that like one of these fireworks is going off, he like jumps and bites it and rides it up into the sky, and then as it bursts and explodes, he just disappears because he's riding the ley line of the firework into that liminal space,
Love that.
utilizing its transience to give him that quality.
I think at the same time, since we're talking about in between spaces and opposites of directions, I am pulled the opposite direction of further into the woods as he's going into the sky. And I start my dream walk because I hear someone dreaming. I think it's not necessarily a nightmare, but I think it's a dream that is somewhat turbulent because of the fireworks going on, as it kind of like reflects what you hear outside in the real world, if it is even real. And hearing that pop go off, I hear a similar pop in their dream. And it's not the pop of like the fireworks, but it's more of like probably a start of a small crackling of a flame by a campfire, and it's like embers like lighting up. And in their dream, I think they're like sitting by like a hearth, and they're cooking something delicious, and it's someone's birthday, and they're celebrating their life. And I step into it.
And Winnie?
It for me, it comes from my heart because you can always see the kind of glowing embers of her heart, and instead of sort of a steady fire glow like you're used to seeing, you start to see like sparks coming off of it until it fully engulfs her, and she turns into like a firework of a dog.
Oh, I love that.
The three of you travel these ley lines through the fireworks, through dreams, and you end up somewhere other. Nimbus, you end up going through this person's dream, making your way through this celebration in their life, and just continue on. And the three of you end up in a densely wooded forest. It is old. The tree trunks are large and just feel like they're pressing on you. And it's quiet. You do not hear animals, you do not hear bugs, you don't hear any signs of life other than the three of you breathing.
Ooh.
And at this point, we're going to be entering Dark Night of the Soul.
Ooh.
Can I ask time of day? Is it still night here?
It is night.
Night. Okay.
It is nighttime. So at the top of entering the climax of the story, you have, as I put in our chat before, you have the choice of 3 cards for Pact of the Pact card, which is for our audience a shared ability. If it's okay, I am going to read this out to everybody. So the 3 options that our hounds got were True Form, Call the Memory, and Chorus Howl. True Form is all members of the pack come together to become a single solid creature of your choosing. You have all the benefits and drawbacks of this creature but can't use any of your tricks. The effect ends if the formed creature is injured, the creature needs to move to another location, or the dogs decide to disperse. Call the Memory. The pack calls upon the dandy dogs that came before them. The dogs arrive in the form of memories and assist the pack with whatever they're currently working on. The memory dogs stay around until the pack changes locations, completes the current task, or dismisses them. And last, a Chorus Howl. The pack releases a howl of deep emotion. Depending on the song you all sing, you may scare away foes, draw attention to yourselves, or receive aid from those who can hear you. So those are your choices.
Do we choose it now?
Yep.
Can we wait? Oh, we choose it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Part of me wants to go with Call the Memory because it feels like, I don't know, if being
Yeah, I
in
kinda
liminal
like that one.
spaces and being like in a nowhere time zone of like here but not here, but not before or after feels appropriate. But that's my initial instinct. I'm not sure what my fellow pack mates would like to choose.
Yeah, I'm leaning away from True Form because I think that we're all really great with our tricks, so I don't want to give that up. So yeah, I like
Yeah.
Call the Memory or Chorus Howl.
Yeah, let's just go with Call the Memory then.
Yeah.
I like that one. It gives us more characters to hang out with too, in a way. And then, yeah, like you said, I'm enjoying everybody being kind of separate together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you ended up in this forest. It is quiet, and there's something there that you can't see, but you can feel something other watching you. Normally, dogs are herders. They attack, they can be hunting dogs. But you get the sense that you might be prey.
I don't like this feeling. I feel like we're being watched by the trees. Do trees have eyes?
Some of them. Yeah.
For reference, I did pull the card hunt.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Alright. You know what? We're gonna need to turn this around before it gets too bad. The worst thing possible is for us to show our backs. No, wait, actually our bellies. But the worst thing possible in a hunt, in a chase, is for something to get right on top of us. We ain't got no rebuttal to that. So, let's put our noses together, find this creep, and then we're gonna outmaneuver them, and we'll get behind them. When it's their back, they gotta
I
guard.
put my nose next to your nose. I'm ready.
All right.
And
Luckily, I
don't
got
move.
2 noses, so that's fine.
You have 4 noses between the 3 of you.
So many noses.
So many noses.
Well, Scrimpet, should we be going after the thing? Well, I mean, shouldn't we just try as fast as we can to get our task done?
The lake.
In the distance, you hear howling. Ow!
I don't know if we're gonna have the best choice. None of us are the fastest kind of dog there is to begin with.
Is it a kind of howl that's trying to communicate to us something that we understand? Because we have pack like communication, but I don't know if it's like our only between us.
It's not your pack. It's
Got it.
not communicating towards you. And as you heard that first howl, you hear another howl return to it.
Well, it seems like we don't got much of a choice. So how about this, Winnie? Take Nimbus, go find that lake. I'll keep him busy.
No, maybe we can be friends with them.
Oh,
Maybe you should sing back. And I howl back.
No.
And I go, ow.
Can I try to
I was
stop
gonna
him?
do that.
Can I try to like?
I'm gonna let y'all figure out how to do the PvP part.
Okay.
You can't. You have permission from me if you want to stop me. I'm letting out a howl to make
Okay,
friends.
I'm not.
Do you wanna roll dandy?
I
Actually,
guess
would this be dandy or would this be dog?
dog. I don't know.
I feel like this is dog.
I think it could be dog because it's instinct. From
Yeah.
Winnie to not want to make contact, right? It's a rival pack.
Okay, I would like to roll dog against you. Do you want to like
Okay.
roll dog against me?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, okay.
I'll roll dog against you. Okay, let's see.
Just whoever gets the higher number, I
Oh
guess.
no,
I guess.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, Abby, what did you roll?
I got 2 2s and a 3.
Oh no.
I have a 6 and a 5.
Oh, okay. Well, you successfully howl.
I want to make friends. I think they're friends, and I'm just gonna howl in
jeez.
the sweetest howl I've ever howled.
I'm gonna like lunge for you, but like go. Oh, I like misjudge because you're so fluffy, and I
Yeah.
forget that you aren't all the fluff that I see.
Yeah.
So I misjudge. I go right over you and just like
Oh.
tumble into the dirt.
Yeah. So what are you trying to communicate with this this howl, Nimbus?
It's basically I go, woo, and I'm like, hi, my name is Nimbus, and I want to be your friend.
So you all hear a couple more howls, but you also hear barking, like aggressive barking. And I said there was no like sounds of birds or anything else like that, but they're like off in the distance you hear the sound of like a flock of birds like taking off and like beating against the air.
This might be a stretch.
Yeah.
Is this a wild hunt?
I didn't think of it. Think about that.
Okay, just because you said the hunt and them not being our pack, no worries.
I'm gonna
Just
say
'cause we're in a
no,
little
just
space.
because I
Yeah.
had a different idea already. So,
Yeah. No, go with your idea. I was just asking out of curiosity.
God, I'll keep that in
Um,
mind for the future, though.
All right, yeah. As soon as like it kind of returns and it doesn't sound particularly good, Scrimpet is just like, God, alright, that's it. Winnie, do what you do best. Drag the fluff with you.
No, wait, they answered.
That wasn't no friendly answer.
Oh, but sometimes you don't give friendly answers, and we're friends.
Touche. But
Bless.
I can't let nothing happen to my pack, you understand? And you
Okay.
gotta remember, there's 2 of you, but there's also 2 of me.
Yeah.
We're evenly matched in this regard. And I don't want to hear anything in the opposite direction.
Okay.
All right. So what's the plan? You do hear off in the distance, like, things running through the woods. Paw pads hitting the dirt and the ground. And it's not a huge pack, but it's not, like, small either. So I'm going to say it's probably, like, 6. It's hard to tell with all the running.
Yeah. I don't plan to directly engage them. From my end, I'm thinking that Scrimpet is just going to make himself as, like, ideal a target as possible. He's going to run in a different direction than his pack mates, and he's going to scratch up trees as he goes, barrel through, like, bushes and stuff like that. Just leave, like, a very clear trail for them to follow. And then once a front runner is going to present themselves, I'm hoping to throw what dreams may come and just cause them to immediately hallucinate and at least eliminate one of them from being too much of a threat to me.
Okay.
But, like, I do have the space to be a really good, like, I shut something down and I attack it kind of vibe. You know, aggression
Yes.
and all that.
Yes.
What about you guys?
Can we smell like what direction the lake is? Can we tell where the water is?
You'll need to roll a dog roll for that.
I would like to do that.
You can.
Yeah, I'll get it.
What about you, Nimbus? What are you up to?
Oh man, this is a tough choice because I feel torn between the two. I really want to be friends. I really want to be friends.
Are you joining Scrimpet?
I think so. Yeah, I think
Gonna
I'm
bother him so much.
I'm just gonna join Scrimpet, but like with the opposite intention.
Are you gonna go
instead
see
of,
them?
like-
Are you gonna go say hi?
Yeah, I think like that's the intention of like Scrimpet's here to fight, and I'm here to make like friends.
Oh
So
my god.
so yeah, I think I'm gonna stay, and I'm gonna. I don't know. Is it dog to be friends? Or
I
is
think
it...
in this case I would make it a dandy roll, just because you're trying to like favorably impress something.
Okay.
But we'll do that when you see them.
Okay. Cool.
Winnie, what was your dog roll for sniffing stuff out?
I got 2 4s and a 6, so
Okay.
I'm gonna take a 4 for this.
Okay, sounds good. You can smell between like the leaf detritus and the smell of a predator. You can get a general idea of what direction it is. You don't have like a clear path, but you know what direction you'd go to. I'll say it's northeast, is that's where the lake is. And you gonna head off in that direction without Nimbus? Question mark.
Yeah, I'm
Unless you drag me, I'm staying here.
Yeah, I'm not gonna drag. If Nimbus isn't coming with just a little nudge, then I'm going on my own.
All right. So Winnie's on her way to the lake. Scrimpet and Nimbus, you head off in the opposite direction. Heading, like, you're not heading directly. Well, Scrimpet's not heading directly towards the pack. Nimbus is? Question mark.
I think so. Yeah, let's make it more chaotic. I'm gonna go towards the sound.
And what is Scrimpet? How does Scrimpet react to this? To the new buddy?
I think I want to roll my dog if I can, and then if it makes sense or feels good to do like a regular success, I'm gonna carry out my plan without noticing And then if I get like a complete failure, I'm not even gonna get to my plan. I'm just going to be like, "What are you doing?" and start following
Okay.
Nimbus.
Sure.
And then if I get like a full success, maybe it's like I go in a circle doing the plan and then end up at Nimbus.
Perfect.
Is that all right?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what you get.
And I'll just yeah. All right. So I only got I got 5-2-2, so I only got regular successes.
Mhm.
So Scrimpet does not even realize that Nimbus is here trying to do that.
Oh,
Scrimpet
no.
is so consumed by what he's doing that he darts off, breaking shit, making a bunch of like scratch marks everywhere, making noise.
So we have a 3-way split the party.
Yeah, my favorite.
Let's go. All right, we're gonna start with Scrimpet. Tell me what you do to basically distract this pack that's hunting you.
All right. So once he would draw their attention, then the idea would be that he would use his own trail to orient himself so that he can do like his general plan where he's like meant to go around them, right? So if any of them get close to catching him, then he throws the hallucination thing on them specifically. I imagine I can only do it to like one person at a time. So like that's the general idea I was thinking. I wasn't planning for him to immediately be like tooth and claw right on them.
Yeah.
I was planning for him to focus on like I am distracting, right? I am just keeping them from catching me for now.
Yes. So I think what happens is you hear the sound of a pack following the trail you left, but it doesn't sound as loud as it did before. So you hear maybe like it's a little quieter, and you hear a couple more howls and people running after you. Nimbus, you hear in front of you one or two sound of one or two four-legged creatures coming in your direction. But Scrimpet, yeah, there's something hot on your tail. I will say you get what you do. You don't, and they're following you. But you have the advantage.
All right. So yeah, I'll probably throw that hallucination ability on them then.
Okay, tell me what it
And
does.
then
Read it up.
yeah, sure. It says you look into the eyes of a nearby creature. So I actually need to stop and like shoot right back at them, and cause them to hallucinate. What they see is something dredged from the depths of their own mind, and thus you can't control what they see or how they will act because of it. The hallucinations last until they are injured from any source, removed from the area, or otherwise brought out of their visions.
So I'm going to make a diviner call, and I'm going to say in the distance you can see 3 of them following you. And since you have 2 heads, you can do it on 2 of them.
Okay.
But
appreciate that.
how many devil dice do you roll?
I rolled 2.
Okay, so these will be you have to use 1 die on each of them, depending on how well
I'll roll
it goes.
one after another to make sure that
Yeah.
you get a clear idea.
Perfect.
So first one is a 4.
Okay, regular success.
Second one. Oh, that was cocked. Let me throw it again. Second one is a 6.
Okay, so 1 regular success and 1 spectacular success.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like anything special as you cast your hallucination at them?
I imagine the main thing is being a hellhound that, like, when he casts it, his eyes glow red for, like, a split second.
Yes.
But I imagine, like, I always picture Scrimpet's, like, abilities and weird things more being, like, very grounded compared to the other two.
One head, both of your heads make eye contact with 2 of the 3 creatures that are following you. As they emerge from the trees and you can actually get a good look at them, you see these large, I'm talking probably about a little larger than Winnie, dog-like creatures made out of twisting branches and fallen leaves and detritus and logs. Their teeth are just these long, sharp rocks, and their eyes glow similar to yours, but not really. This dark, dark glowing blue. And the ones you make eye contact with yelp and kind of like skid to a stop. You don't know what they see. You just know they see some kind of hallucination that they don't like. And the last one kind of runs into the two of them, and they all like land in a tangled heap of cracking wood.
Mhm.
So while that's happening, let's go over to Nimbus. Nimbus, you are on your way, heading directly to the sound of trampling, something running through the woods.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go straight to them. I'm going to, if I can sense that they're in front of me, I want to do, you know how dogs do like a play bow, like to indicate that they want to play.
Yes.
I want to do that if it's possible.
Okay. Yeah. I would say this is definitely a dog roll.
Okay. So I want to make friends and let's play. So I'm gonna roll for dog.
Roll for dog.
Okay, come on. Ooh, a 6 and a 2.
Which one you taking?
I'm taking the 6.
Okay. So tell me what this looks like as I described earlier to Scrimpet. These there's only one that's going for you, but it's this large, woody, dog-like creature. This one has like moss growing like on their neck and like down the front of their chest, and similar to before, these glowing eyes.
I think in this moment, seeing it kind of step forward from the tree line and realizing that it's made of moss and wood with glowing eyes, I'm going to kind of roll in the dirt to kind of cover myself with leaves and whatever detritus is in the dirt to make myself appear more like this creature, so that it understands that like I love leaves and I love nature, and I kind of like nudge like the leaves and the dirt towards it, and I do a little play bow, and I kind of like wag my little tail or my floofy evaporating fluff of a body that has like some leaves and dirt on me now. So even though the leaves are actually will float off of me, and when it does, I kind of roll again, and like I do another play bow, and I just keep like rolling into the dirt so I can get leaves on it, and just like bow again each time.
As you're bowing and basically making yourself a little dirty in the dirt, at first when it comes out of the woods, it is like low to the ground and like growling at you with its hackles like raised. And then you start acting a little like a silly little guy. It like stops and it like cocks its head at you and is just like very confused. But you keep doing this and like you want to play, you're rolling around, and it cautiously comes up to you as and when you're like bowing down one of these times, it like comes up to you and like sniffs you.
Oh yeah, I sniff back. I let him sniff me, or it, or they sniff me, and I sniff back at the tree. Tree dog.
And it's like it's a big boy. And then
yeah. I bound again, like I'm like bouncing around, rolling in the dirt, and I bark. I don't think I will talk yet. I think I just like do a little bark of like let's play.
And does you like that little like bark and like the little butt waggle? It kind of I think what it does is it does what a lot of puppies do, or like dogs, like when they're play fighting, is just kind of like doing like the play biting like on the ear, on the neck, and just kind of like starts to like push you over to wrestle. But it's being a
Yay.
little gentle because it is much bigger than you. So it's not going for a big old bite.
I think when it does that, I kind of like nip back at it like in a playful manner and then just start running. So I want it to chase me.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna start racing. And I think in this moment I'm gonna race towards where I think Winifred is, but I don't know. I saw the direction that she ran to. I'm just gonna run and hopefully get this dog
Okay.
to come with me.
You-
Yeah.
You can go in the general direction of Winnie.
Yeah.
Speaking of Winnie, you head off in the direction that you smelled water, a lake. You are running, and I'm not going to make you roll again. You head up in the general direction, and eventually the trees start like thinning out a little bit, and you see the moonlight through the branches and the canopy. And eventually the tree line ends, and you end up in front of a lake. It isn't made out of water, even though it kind of like smells like it. It's very fresh, but it is a very light blue and it's swirling. Okay, what is it I'm thinking of? The image I am thinking of, what is it? Is it Hercules? Like a pit of souls?
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of like getting that vibe, but there aren't actual real souls in there. But you see like, or that Scooby-Doo live action movie. Do you know what I'm talking? Ian knows what I'm
I
talking
did not
Yes,
see that.
I see it in my mind.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
I know
about.
exactly what you're talking about.
That kind of vibe.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll get pictures later, or maybe I can find like a GIF or something. That's not what I want. But it's these beautiful like little lights, kind of almost like will-o-wisps, just slowly swimming and circling in the water. Very much when you know how when you see a pool full of jellyfish and they're just kind of like flowing in the surf and the waves, that's kind of like what it is. And it's quiet. It's almost all of it. You realize you don't hear the barking and the howling anymore. It has suddenly just gotten peaceful.
And I don't see anything around the shore. No boats on the lake.
Nothing.
I'm gonna go right up and just right up to the edge. And just
Mhm.
like my paws just like right there on the edge. I'm not gonna touch it.
Yeah.
But like the next time a little jellyfish soul swims by, I just want to say hello.
As you get closer and you creep closer, you feel a weird feeling coming over you.
Mhm.
It's almost like you're getting heavier and slower. And I want you to make a devil roll to try and like not fall to this lull.
6 and 1.
Ooh. Which one do you want? I will say you've all rolled successes two successes so far. So if you roll a success, the devil shows up.
That could be fun.
Ooh,
But also like falling in by myself could be fun.
I know. I
Mm.
know.
I'm gonna take the 1.
Ooh.
Ah!
Yeah.
Maybe
What?
like my paw slips and I fall in or something.
Yeah. Describe what happens.
Yeah, so I get close. Well, you know me, I love a nap.
I love her.
And I'm like I'm down on my belly and I'm like crawling closer, so I'm sort of half laying down anyway, and then like it is really quiet, it's really calm. I can't hear all the fighting and stuff anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's really mesmerizing, just like watching all of these lights slowly swirl around me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I get a little close to the edge and fall into the lake.
You fall in and you are just overwhelmed with the sense of life, but not life that was taken away violently, or something that is new and fresh and doesn't know what's going on with the world. This is the type of life essence that is fulfilled and calm and happy. And you're just kind of at peace here as you're just floating in the water. You don't need to worry about breathing in it. You're not sinking anywhere. Just doing a little paddle.
Yeah.
Scrimp it. What are you doing?
I'm cursing the fact that I didn't have Winifred with me because fire would be great right now.
Yeah, the two of them are like cowering. And the last one, who you were not able to, put into a hallucination because you only have two heads, is looking at its companions and then like growling at you, but knows you did something but is being cautious. So it's kind of just like walking back and forth and like growling at you, but hasn't like done anything because it's suspicious.
I think that Scrimpet is going to attempt to just straight up like intimidate this thing. Just try to get it to back off, back up, right?
Yeah.
And then that will allow him to reunite with his pack and make the next kind of decision properly.
Okay.
So, yeah, just trying to intimidate, not necessarily going to charge.
Are you going to intimidate dog-like or like a dandy roll? Dog or dandy? Because it could go either way.
I think that I've been rolling a lot of dog anyway, which is my best stat. And I think that this is a little bit more of a complex action.
Okay.
Because it's not just about, like, regular dog, like, if you get close to me, I'll bite you. This is like you saw what I did, back up, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And so I think that's closer to a dandy roll to me.
Okay. Yeah.
I got a 2.
That's still a success.
Yeah.
When does your hallucination end again?
It doesn't say.
Oh, okay.
Or wait, let me just double check, actually.
Actually, I thought it said something.
The hallucinations last until they are injured, removed from the area, or brought out of the visions. So, like, it could realize that it could do something to break them out of it, probably after we split off from each other, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no, like, upper time limit on it. It's
Okay.
more based around, like, the pacing of the game.
Yeah, I was more wondering if you move away, will it come out of it? That's what I was more worried about, but it doesn't sound like it. So, you are speaking to it, you growling at it, or...
I think it's probably speaking, because like I said, I rolled dandy. I'm trying to get across a complex idea.
Yeah.
So Scrimpet is just like, you see what I can do, and only one of us has got 2 rows of teeth, so back off.
This creature, like, gets down real low and growls, but also the ears go down, the tail goes down. It's still angry, it's still suspicious, and it's still growling, but it is no longer poising for attack. So this large creature just kind of like backs up a little bit, like near its companions, and just like stays low and watches you.
Okay. And then I'm gonna start moving my way back into like the brush so that I can start double backing towards where I left my friends, so that I can try to locate them.
Yeah. You hear the sounds of playful yapping running through the woods.
Yeah, I don't think I'm well, actually no, I think I do start talking after a bit of running. I think I just start asking questions. And I go, "So what are you? Are you a soul?"
Huh?
And like I try to talk to it.
Hmm?
Oh, you don't talk? Oh, it's okay.
I talk for enough for the both of us.
It's okay. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you do, can you jump or bow?
You hear
or
the
not?
sounds of like creaking wood and like wind going through leaves, but it doesn't say anything. It doesn't seem to understand you.
And I'll say, "Oh, right. Maybe I should talk to the leaves." And as the leaves kind of like fade through, the wind fades through its leaves, and maybe a leaf comes off of it, I just start talking to the trees instead. And I'm just like, "Are you from here? Are you the tree of this place?"
And Scrimpet, this is what you walk into. You run into here.
What are you doing?
I made friends.
I see that.
I
Can I
don't know their
talk?
name. No, but I'm really liking them. So I don't know where Winifred went. I think that way, and I point in like the general direction of what I remembered, but I might be wrong.
Okay.
Maybe we can find her.
Yeah, we should probably do that.
Okay.
Might as well bring our little friend here if they're not gonna attack me. Maybe they
No,
can
they
convince
just
their
want to
friends to
play.
leave us be.
It
Okay.
sniffs
Yeah.
you. Sniffs both of your heads.
He will stay still so not to provoke it, but he's not happy about it.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
But yeah. How are we gonna find Winifred then? Did you pick up her scent?
Is Winifred dreaming?
Is Winifred dreaming? Abby.
Oh. Definitely like daydreaming. I wouldn't say that she's like fully asleep, like zonked REM sleep,
Okay.
but I think but definitely in like a dreamy state.
I would
think
say
that's
daydreaming
if that's
counts.
enough. Great.
I like
I
the
think that's-
idea of daydreaming
yeah.
working.
If you
Yeah.
let me, I think I could dream walk into your daydream.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
I would love to try since I can sense that.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think this will be a roll because this is your friend.
okay. What are you dreaming about? Like since I'm walking into your dream, I don't want to set the scene for you.
It's sort of a continuation of the firework display that we had seen, but just super slowed down because it's all of these glowy souls swirling gently. So imagine like a super slow motion fireworks display that I'm kind of paddling around and watching.
I think I like in dream world kind of walk on the water up to you as you're paddling, and I kind of like sit on the water next to you and I stare at the fireworks and I say, "I think they're so pretty. I like that color." And it's the one that kind of like rains, it
Oh, I
explodes
love
and it kind
those.
of rains, the golden kind of rains. Um, that's my favorite one as I kind of sit next to you. Oh, I made a friend.
Well, we have room in the pack. Do they want to join?
Maybe. They don't really talk like us. I think they're a tree. But a tree dog? I don't know.
Tree
Um,
It's so much funnier with I think they're a tree.
tree. I love it.
so, oh, did you find the place?
I think this is it. It's really nice.
I like it here. And I kind of just like lie down next to you, still on the water,
Yeah.
in this space. How did you get here?
The fireworks. They led me here.
And I kind of like follow the fireworks in the dream, and like I try to follow one of the rockets in this daydream to see if it will like pull me in a direction somewhere else.
I will say you can triangulate between Winnie's daydream and the rest of y'all to where
Yeah.
you can lead yourself, your new friend, and Scrimpet to this large lake where Winnie is.
Okay. Yeah, and I think in that moment, as you see me physically kind of like sitting there and also talking to the air. I think I talk in both places.
Mm.
I start walking ahead towards like what I see as a firework in this space. And I think I'm the only one that can see it, but I think I just like walk in the direction of where this rocket is leading.
Scrimpet, this dog friend, looks at. I just saw your message in the chat.
I didn't want to interrupt the,
Yeah, no.
the joke.
Winnie and Nimbus having a heart-to-heart in the lake. Meanwhile, Scrimpet and the tree dog standing there. So, do you like eat? But like, while Nimbus is like talking to.
I mean, look, it's no sillier than Nimbus going, so like, are you from around here? Like,
So like Nimbus is talking like out loud as well. Like this like tree dog like looks at you and like looks at Nimbus, and you get the like impression that it's asking you is like, is this normal?
As normal as anything gets around here.
So Nimbus leads everybody to the lake with Winnie. And Winnie, you feel yourself kind of like coming out of this daydream, and like whatever force was taking hold of you is like ebbing. And you just feel so infused.
confused?
Infused with life. Yeah.
Infused. Come on in, water's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
And I think
Nimbus, this is the lake in the book.
Oh,
Oh my god!
You would know.
I think. Yeah, I think in that moment it clicks for Nimbus, because Nimbus is always floating somewhere, but walking towards it. Do I have the weird thing of like I can actually see in front of me, or am I still seeing what Winifred is seeing?
I think as you're getting closer and the hold on Winnie is ebbing, you kind of fade out of the dream as she's coming out of the daydream.
Okay, I think right
yeah. And
before...
as I see you guys come up, I start to like wave. Hey guys.
Oh,
Hey.
Yes.
hi! We
Is
made
that-
a
is that-
friend.
That's the new friend.
Yeah, I don't know their name.
It kind of
But-
goes into the water, like on the shore, and just like lays down in it. And the roots, the trees like become into roots and start digging into like the bed of the lake. And it just kind of lays down content. And like looks like it
I
falls asleep.
feel like days and
Aw.
ash. Let's call them ash.
Ash. I like that.
Yeah, it's a type
Oh.
of tree.
Oh.
Is this the lake?
Yes! We found it!
Yay!
Good job, Winifred. Thank you for leading us here.
Yeah. What now? Do we have to get like a cup?
Oh yeah, I think so. The story was the witch found a lake and then took some of the essence from the lake and then made a potion and then made themselves immortal.
Well, it's gonna be tough without thumbs.
I'm paddling back to shore.
Oh. Do we... I know as devil dogs, do we have the... like... Does devil just give us the ability to do any kind of magic?
I would say within reason.
Okay, I wasn't sure how, like, far...
Oh,
it's
wait!
stretched.
Winnie could make a cup.
You can make a cup!
Well, if that
Kinda.
is something that would comfort someone, perhaps. Well,
I think-
honestly, what
Or
I was
comfort
thinking
Corbin.
was, well, hey guys, what do you think? So we need some of this lake, right?
Mhm.
But that's why I got this, and I pull the raven feather out of my fur,
Ooh.
Oh.
and I thought we could just like soak this in the lake.
Ah.
Because it belongs to Corbin, so I thought maybe it'd be real good to use in the potion.
Yeah,
That could work.
sure. I like
That
that
tracks.
idea.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, we don't have like a recipe, so we don't know how much we need. But I'm gonna just kind of like swish that raven feather around in the lake a bit.
Ooh, I like it. And as you swish this raven feather in the lake, it kind of all these little like glowing jellyfish and lights kind of infuse into the feather, and it glows a little bit. And you are able to bring it back to Corbin, who might not be able to use it in the exact form, but he lives with the Fae. He knows people. And he tells you that he can do a lot with this and use it to spend much, much longer with his love. And you get head pats and scritches, both from Corbin. And as we come back into hearth and home of you all sitting in the garden with the devil, they are pleased as punch with a big grin on their face, and they have since taken off like their sunglasses and their hat and is petting all of you with a content smile.
Yeah.
Did you have fun?
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Lots
Yeah,
of
and you
fun.
didn't even have to step in this time.
I was this close.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
this close.
We had it.
I trusted you. Sometimes I like to show up.
Come on, I even kept out the animal cruelty this time. You didn't have to hear about biting.
I appreciate it. I do want to meet that new friend of yours, though, sometime.
Yeah,
I think he's still in the lake.
they fell asleep in the lake.
Hmm.
Are we souls?
Do you think you're a soul?
I think so.
I think the answer to that is something you have to find out on your own.
I'm not.
Okay.
Wanders off.
All right. Well, I think it's about time for bed, and then I can give you your next soul fetch in the morning.
Yay.
All right, let's go get dinner.
All right. Yeah,
And that,
I got 2 servings.
you do get 2 servings. And with that was the Devil's Dandy Dogs, everybody.
Yay.
Did y'all have fun?
Good job, Douglas.
Oh, I had so much fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mare. This was so
I love it.
fun.
Y'all are great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey.
Let's do our sign-off, say hey, hi, who we are, where you can find us, and maybe we'll do a raid. I'll look around. Let's go opposite direction this time. We'll start with Maso.
Again, I'm Maso Perez. I am a game designer, a GM, trying to get into streaming and acting stuff a little bit more. And today I was playing Scrimbit, the 2-headed, tiniest hellhound of the group.
I love him.
And yeah, you can find me on most things as Trumoi. Trumoi.
Abby.
Hi, I'm Abby. You can find me on most places as Aragorn's girl because I'm a nerd. I was playing your friendly neighborhood St. Bernard, Winifred. I hope that we have a chance to do another one-shot with this crew because that would be very fun.
I agree.
And huge shout out to Mare, who is an incredible GM.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yay.
fantastic job.
And last but not least, Ian.
Hi, I am Ian DePriest. I am a voice actor, TTRPG, all player, actual player. You can find me on all socials at Ian DePriest, BlueSky, Instagram, wherever. And I played Nimbus tonight, your fluffy white Chow Chow. That's, a little bit in the clouds, but that's fine. So thank you so much for having me. I had a real blast.
And hi, I'm Mare. You can find me on all applicable social media, Archmage of Dice. I am right now a Sword and Key exclusive. I just play and run games around here and just hang out. Before we go and raid, I'm just going to quickly go through our stream schedule. For the rest of the month, reminder, we are raising money for Lambda Legal. We have a couple more streams supporting the charity, but I know the link will be open for a little while, even after Pride Month ends, because just because Pride Month ends does not mean we stop being queer.
Exactly.
But tomorrow we have the finale of Under Blue Moon, which is a Summer in Woodlake game that starts at 5:30 p.m. Pacific. On Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific, we have our second Pride Paint Night with Kayla and Liz, where they are going to be painting dragons in Pride colors. I know we voted on them. I don't know what they've painted so far, but those are going to be raffled off. Oh, not raffled of. They're going to be a giveaway at some point during the streams. Saturday, we have Horizon's Call at 3 p.m. Pacific. Later in the evening on Saturday at 8 p.m. Pacific, we have a game called a one-shot of Unresolved Sapphic Tension with Lady Dame and Shadow. The subtitle for that game is called Oblivious Gay Space Pirates. If it weren't at 11 p.m. my time, I would love to catch the live stream, but I will have to deal with the VOD. I am intrigued. Sapphic Tension, let's go. On Sunday the 29th at 3 p.m. Pacific, we have the finale of Cursed Captains of Cthulhu, and that is it for the Lambda Legal games. But on Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific, we have episode 8 of Fragments of Loss, a Rangers of the Broken World game run by the amazing Angela. And then coming back to Tuesday, rounding out the week, we have Gate Night, our Baldur's Gate 3 campaign. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us, and for those who donated, your generosity is greatly appreciated. We are going to go raid a friend of the channel and fellow mod, Gona Hawking, so please go give some love over there. She is playing some Deltarune, I believe, with the fam, so we will see y'all soon. Bye!
Bye.